Hello, everybody out there in Rumble X and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. Of course, I'm Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about It Ends With Us from 2024, last year. It Ends With Us, starring Justin Baldoni and everyone's favorite actress, Blake Lively. Okay, soon to be infamous actress. Okay, former actress Blake Lively, because she ain't getting no jobs after this. Okay, she's done. She's gonna have to live off her husband's money if he doesn't lose it all. If he doesn't lose it all in the lawsuit that Justin Baldoni filed against her and her husband Ryan Reynolds, who's worth a lot more money than his wife. But we'll see what happens, right? It's so crazy right now. Every day there's some new update going on. People are picking sides and stuff. People are distancing themselves. Everyone's so afraid of their careers. That they don't really want to take a stand on this thing. It's just ridiculous. Okay, it's just a bunch of rich Hollywood spoiled brats fighting with each other over control, over power. Okay, it's an old trope in Hollywood. It happens all the time. A lot of this stuff happens behind the scenes. They don't really publicize this stuff because it hurts the movie. Okay, if two actors are suing each other, okay, you don't want to come out with that. Like a big budget company like Disney or something, or Universal or some big name company, or even like an Amazon. If they were to, if they were about promoting a movie, trying to get you to watch the movie, drumming up interest, and all of a sudden the two main stars in the movie are having a lawsuits against each other, okay, that's bad PR. That tells you there was a lot of drama behind the set. Okay, now that can work for you or against you, but either way, the result is going to be negative. Okay, because even though that's free publicity and it's going to turn a lot of heads. Okay, because now they want to see the movie just to see, what happened. If any of that, real life drama, creeped into the movie itself. There's that, and that's going to get a lot of people's attention. Okay, but also you got to remember that whenever even once it gets resolved, once this lawsuit is done. Well, somebody's going to be found guilty. Okay, they might settle out of court, but it's going to when they settle, someone's going to get the more favorable settlement than the other one. Okay, and that's all the public really needs. This isn't a court of law here. This is court of public opinion. Okay, who does the audience like more? That's the one who's automatically they're going to side with. Okay, then as the developments keep happening, that might switch. That might switch over to the other side. Like it's doing right now. Okay, when this started, everyone was on Blake Lively's side. Everyone. Because she's well known, okay? They equate her with all the roles that she played on Gossip Girl and whatever other chick fucking movies that she does that nobody gives a crap about, except you 40-something-year-old white women that watch her shit, right? Okay, so they automatically jump on her side. I mean, who the hell's Justin Baldoni compared to Blake Lively? He's nothing. He was on a chick show. Guys don't even know I didn't know who the hell he was. Okay, until all this stuff happened. All right, so it's truly a case of David versus Goliath here. Okay, but now public opinion is starting to switch over to Justin Baldoni because he's actually putting up a fight. He's actually fighting her. Okay, which is weird because in Hollywood, it's very liberal. It's very they're all Democrats over there. Okay, it's very, very liberal. Okay, it's all about feminism and LGBTQ and racism and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's okay to be racist against white people. Okay, but you can't be racist against anyone else. Okay, that kind of thing. Okay, men are all bad, women are all good. That kind of thing. Believe all women, all that kind of crap. All right. All that stuff has been in Hollywood for decades now. I mean, I was a little kid and they were talking about that stuff. Okay, and it worked its way into all the TV shows that I watched: The Brady Bunch, Punky Brewster, Family Ties, Partridge Family. I mean that was before I was even Partridge Family. Okay, I was just watching an episode last week with my son, The Partridge Family. We watch a lot of old TV shows here, and they were doing an episode on feminism, for Christ's sake. Okay, and that's like 1971. Okay, All in the Family. I mean, it's been around. I mean, Maude. You ever watch that show Maude that lasted for like 8 seasons or something? That's Bea Arthur before she was on Golden Girls. Oh my God, every episode was feminism. Okay, every episode was gay rights. And anti-racism. Okay, that was every freaking episode was about that. So this is nothing new here. I know you libtard, Gen Xers there, you Zoomers out there, you millennials out there, y'all act like this is just something that just started happening like 15 years ago. No, it's been around since before I was born. I'm a fucking old man. Okay, it's been around since before I was born. This is nothing new here. The only difference is in the past 8 years or so, it's been cranked up all the way up to 11. Okay. Because Whenever anyone goes against this narrative, before that it was just established. Okay, you treat women with respect. Treat women, if a woman's doing the same job as a man, she should get paid the same. Nobody's going to argue that. Nobody's going to argue that at all. Okay. But once it started changing into like, oh, well, men owe us something because of the hundreds and thousands of years that men have oppressed women. Now you owe us. You owe us even more now. Once you get into the whole freaking diversity, equity, and inclusion crap, okay, where they lower the standards, okay, then now it's not about who's the best at the job. Now it's just about like what color is your skin. Okay, you're going to get a job based on the color of your skin. You're going to get a job based on who you like to fuck. Okay, as long as it's not heterosexual, you're in. Okay, what do you identify as? Okay, even though you have a penis, if you identify as a woman, okay, or if you identify as a goat or something, you're gonna get hired over the woman that identifies as a woman. You see what I mean? And they can't even define what a woman is. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm glad this stuff is starting to die, but don't hold your breath. Okay, I know there's major changes happened last year, obviously, and we're going through that right now. Every day there's something else going on, which is pretty exciting. Okay, especially when we've had to live with this crap since Obama. Okay, since Obama's been president, we've had to live with this fucking libtard crap just thrown in your face, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I can't even watch a goddamn superhero movie, okay, without someone in the movie telling me how fucking horrible Trump is. Okay, I mean, this is just ridiculous. We watch movies to get away from that shit. Okay, but Hollywood just won't let it go. It won't let it go. No matter they will do this until they are bankrupt. Okay, and which is exactly what they're doing. Why do you think Disney stock is like in the toilet now? Okay, all the big corporations are in because they all took on this DEI crap. Okay, they all took it all on. Okay, it's all about being gay and not being white and not being a man and not being Christian. They jumped on that bandwagon. Thanks to Mr. Larry Fink, by the way, who's the head of BlackRock. Okay, the largest investment firm in the world. He's the most powerful man in Wall Street. Okay, they all adopted the DEI practices. So did Vanguard, the second largest investment firm in the world. Okay, these guys. I mean, Larry Fink's like a trillionaire. Okay, you keep saying Elon Musk is rich. No, Elon Musk is nothing compared to Larry Fink. Okay, and they own all the banks. Okay, in the world. All right, it's all run by them. Okay, they decide what movies you're going to watch and what's going to be in those movies. Okay, because the corporations like Disney and Comcast, okay, and Discovery, they all go to Larry Fink to get money. To ask him for money. Okay, so of course they're going to go by whatever the hell he tells them to do. He tells them, hey, it's all about diversity, equity, inclusion. Okay, get rid of all the straight white guys, get rid of the Christians. Okay, blah, 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 race swap everybody. If the character is white in the comics, make them black. Okay, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Okay, if it's played by a man in the comic books, okay, make them played by a woman. Better yet, a lesbian woman. But that kind of stuff. Okay, that's where we get it all from. They don't believe in any of this shit. They're doing it because they have to, or else they're not going to get the money. Okay, and that's what's going on here. Okay, now this movie, the reason I'm bringing up all this diversity, equity, inclusion, because it is Hollywood right now. And although, like I said, there've been some major changes last year, so this stuff is hopefully going to change. Okay, I mean, if you look at the headlines even today, a lot of companies are pulling back on their DEI practices. Disney announced that they are. They finally admitted that it was a wrong strategy. Things like that. So it's starting to happen, but we're not going to see any changes. Okay, you got to remember, the stuff they've been working on for the past 2 or 3 years, that stuff is about to come out. Okay, and that's well into the Biden era. Okay, when all this shit was just thrown in your face, the trans movement, all that crap was just thrown in your face. Okay, all that's still coming out, and that's going to come out for the next 2 or 3 years before we get anything new. So don't hold your breath. Okay, it ain't going away anytime soon. I guarantee you. Look, Snow White's about to come out. Okay, and we already know that's going to be a fucking misandrous piece of shit right there. Okay, she's not even fucking white, for Christ's sake. She's like what? She's like Jewish. She's like half Jewish and half Puerto Rican or some crap like that. I mean, she's not even fucking white. Okay, and then they get a Jewish woman with a Jewish accent to play the Wicked Witch. It's supposed to be a fucking German fairy tale, for Christ's sake. I mean, this is ridiculous. And then they use CGI. They didn't use real dwarves. They used CGI dwarves. Okay, look at the interviews that she did for this movie, Snow White. Okay, Rachel Zegler's over here talking about how there's not going to be the women. There's not going to be a prince who's going to save her. That's not going to happen. The actor that plays the prince, we hired him, but you know what? If all the scenes get cut, that sucks for him. That's Hollywood, baby. Like that. Like, she don't give a shit about the guy that's supposed to be her love interest in the movie. There's not going to be a love interest in the movie. It's all going to be about her being a boss bitch. Like, what the fuck? I mean, this is just ridiculous. Nobody wants to see that shit. The song in the goddamn movie is "Someday My Prince Will Come." I wonder how they're gonna change the words on that. What's it gonna be? Someday my corporate CEO executive job will come. I mean, is that what it's gonna be? What the fuck? Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up, okay, is because this movie is a product of modern day Hollywood. Okay, it's a soy boy shit. It's the kind of guy, those male feminists out there. They try to act like they're all about the cause because the truth is they're just trying to get laid. They're trying to fuck a girl. Okay, and they think that if they jump onto the feminist bandwagon, that's going to make them more attractive. It's to make them one of the safe guys to be around. Okay, and so they pretend to be up for the cause and all that kind of stuff. They'll stand there and let you fucking emasculate them, and say it's okay when you do it more because, they want to be the punching bag because they think that's going to get a woman's pussy hot. When the truth is it's not. Okay, it's not going to get a woman's pussy wet at all. Okay, a man is going to get a woman's pussy wet. Your average woman. I'm not talking about the lesbians out there. Okay, I'm talking about like your average woman. Okay, who's actually attracted to men. Okay, a guy with big shoulders. Okay, a guy with a deep voice. Okay, a guy who's tall, a guy who's opinionated, a guy who's educated, a guy who's successful, okay, a guy who's athletic, can move his body, okay, a guy like that, okay, who knows how to be charming, knows how to talk to women, who's has confidence, okay, who has experiences. He's been with a lot of women, so he knows how to get a woman off. Okay, a guy like that is what the woman's gonna fucking jump on. Okay, not the fucking soy boy in the man bun, okay, drinking his fucking latte and talking about like feminism and shit, because he thinks that maybe if they talk about feminism long enough, she'll start being attracted to him. That's not gonna fucking happen. Okay, but you're not gonna have any real men making these movies, and this movie's not made by real men. This movie's made by fucking Justin Baldoni, a soy boy, limp dick, fucking male feminist. He even wrote a book. Yes, he wrote a book about how to emasculate himself. About the crisis of toxic masculinity and how he learned to manage his own masculinity so that he's not threatening to women. This is bullshit. And so what does he want to do in order to improve his Q score and get more female fans? What does he do? He makes a movie about how men like to beat the shit out of women, because he's for the cause. You see what I mean? And this is fucking ridiculous. Yes, I know it's an issue. Okay, I've talked about it. Look at some of my older videos that I did on this movie. Okay, my sister just went through this shit. So I know it really happens. Okay, I saw my dad beat my mom when I was a little boy. Okay, so I know it freaking happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What I'm saying is it's not accepted by society is what I'm saying. Okay, I don't know anybody, any man or woman that thinks it's okay to beat the shit out of a woman. I don't know anyone like that. Okay, and if I did know them, I wouldn't be their friend. I wouldn't want to know them. Okay, it's not something that's okay. Whereas like in the 70s and 60s, the policy used to be like, hey, what you do with your wife, that's your business. I ain't getting involved. Okay, that's what it used to be like, but it's not like that anymore, and it hasn't been like that for a long time. Okay, you see what I mean? So this movie's not bringing any sort of social change. It's not trying to, to fix something. Okay, like with rape culture. Nobody thinks that rape is good. Nobody thinks that's a good thing. Nobody. But yet the feminists keep harping on this over and over, rape culture, where it's okay to rape. No, it's not okay to rape anybody. Just like it's not okay to beat the crap out of women. It's not okay for women to beat the crap out of men either. But you're never going to see a movie about that. Even though that's a big domestic violence issue that gets unreported. Because they get laughed out of the goddamn police station if they say that. My wife beat me up. You get laughed out of the police station. You see what I mean? But nobody's making a movie about that. Yet every day, men are being murdered by their fucking wives and girlfriends. Okay? Because nobody took them seriously when they said, I think my girlfriend is psycho. I think she's trying to kill me. She hit me with a fucking frying pan the other day when I was asleep. And the other day I caught her with a knife standing over my bed. Oh, come on, dude. You just quit being a pussy. What the hell? Okay? You're obviously bigger and stronger than her. She cannot hurt you, okay? Get the fuck out of my police station right now. And then he ends up dead the next day. Stabbed to death in his sleep. You see what I mean? This actually just happened. I just read this. Okay, this actually just happened. Okay? So, I mean, that's a real domestic violence issue there. Nobody took it seriously. Okay, but nobody wants to make a movie about that. Because it portrays the woman as the aggressor. Okay? And the man as the victim. And nobody wants to show a man as the victim. Not in these movies. Not in these movies. No. The woman's got to be the victim. I mean, she's a strong, tough, independent, bitch, boss bitch. But she's also a weak flower who's being abused. Stop it. You see what I mean? You can't have fucking both. You can't fucking have both. Which one is it? You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. She's a ball-busting bitch, She treats fucking Ryle, okay, the alpha male in quotations, because he's not really an alpha male, he's a fucking pussy. He's got a bigger vagina than she does, okay? And, she blows him off. She treats him like shit, disrespects him. And he keeps putting up with it. He wants more. He wants that kiss. He keeps asking her 50 times, "Yeah, we kiss. It's just one kiss. Come on, it's a kiss. It's just a kiss. Come on, just something to hype me over. Come on. I know we're just friends. I know I just said we're just friends, but that was like 2 hours ago, okay? We're more than that now, aren't we? Come on, just give me a little kiss just so I can think about it." What the fuck? What kind of man does this? A beta male does this. Not an alpha male. And that's what we get here. Even with the sex. He wants to fucking have sex with her. Okay, I can respect that. And then she's like, no, I don't want to have sex. No, I don't want to have sex. No, I'm not a casual. I know you like casual, and I'm not casual. That's not what I do. He's like, okay, fine. He just gets up, goes to the other side of the room, starts taking off his clothes. Like, what the fuck, dude? At least walk her back to the party you took her from. Okay? Don't just fucking get naked in front of her after she told you she doesn't want to have sex with you. Like, what the fuck? I mean, this is stupid. Men don't do this stuff. Real men don't do this stuff. There's no real men involved. That's what I'm talking about. It's not just the subject matter. It's not just the domestic violence matter. It's just the guy that's supposed to be the one that's doing it. He doesn't even act like a real fucking man. So how the hell am I supposed to relate to this guy in any way? How the hell am I supposed to be like, okay, I can see where this guy's doing it. It's wrong, but I can understand why. Because I can't fucking understand this guy because he's not a real fucking guy. He's written by a fucking 30-something-year-old ugly fat fucking feminist. Fucking romance writer, Colleen Hoover. Okay, this is crap. This really pisses me off. This movie would be so good if there really was an alpha male in this movie. If there was really an alpha male in this movie. Okay, I don't care if it was Atlas or if it was Ryle or whoever. If there was a real alpha male in this movie, I would give this movie a lot more respect. Okay, I can see like, okay, even though he's the bad guy, even though what he's doing is wrong, and I don't support it at all. Do not mistake me here. I do not support men beating women at all. Okay, but if he acted like a real man, I could see why she was attracted to him and why she needs to break away from him. But at this point, I do not see what the fuck she likes about this guy. Okay, other than the superficial. Okay, but then that just makes her superficial herself. Oh, I like him because he's hot and rich. Okay, well, how am I supposed to sympathize with your character if your only requirements to be with a guy is for him to be hot and rich? You see what I mean? How are the women going to fucking sympathize with her if that's her only requirements? You see what I mean? He's got to love bomb her and shit. All right? But the way he love bomb her doesn't make any sense because he does it at the expense of his own like self-respect, his own self-esteem. And nobody accomplishes as much as he has. He's a fucking neurosurgeon, for Christ's sake. If they don't have any sort of faith in themselves, they don't have any sort of ego, no sense of self-confidence, because the things that he says to her are not what a self-confident man would say. A self-confident man would let her walk away. Okay, fine, you don't like me, fine, have a good day. You don't have to be rude to her. You don't have to fucking insult her, nothing like that. Just be like, okay, fine, have a good day, bye. And that's it. Leave her the fuck alone. Go find another girl. Because this movie's not going to tell you that. There's actually fucking billions of women out there. This movie wants you to care about the one. There's only one woman for him ever. That's why he's got to try so hard to win her over. No, you don't. You have to try fucking shit. Okay? She wears no fucking makeup. She's covered in fucking freckles. She's got frizzy fucking hair. She dresses like a fucking car mechanic at work. Okay? She's got stretched out ass. Okay, stretch marks. She looks like she just gave birth to a fucking kid like 4 weeks ago. Her fourth child 4 weeks ago, because she did in real life. So no, this woman is not a fucking 10. What the fuck are you sweating her for Christ's sake? Oh my God. And can you honestly tell me, out of all those women that you just pumped and dumped, that you supposedly pumped and dumped, although we never saw any of them in this movie, all these women that he supposedly pumped and dumped, according to his sister, and according to himself, when he first met her on the roof, and she told him she liked to fuck homeless guys, he said, I just like to fuck. I just don't know how to do relationships. I just like to fuck. Okay? You're going to tell me that all those women that he just pumped and dumped, that he felt nothing for any of them? Okay, that none of them really tried to win him over? That he didn't meet not even one that sparked his interest? That maybe, he found entertaining besides just the physical? You know what I mean? There was not one? The reason there's not is because they want you to focus on Lily, as Lily being the one. No other woman is as interesting as Lily. She's the perfect 10. Okay, which is bullshit. She's not. She fucking owns a fucking flower shop that she named after herself. Okay? That's what she fucking does. He's a goddamn neurosurgeon. Okay? Which one had to work harder to get that job? Exactly. All right. Now, we left off last time. Okay, they're in bed, whatever. Okay, he basically pushes her against the wall, metaphorically, and tells her, date me. Prove my sister wrong. I know my sister just told you that I go through women like candy, and she said all this, right in front of me. Okay, but let's prove her wrong and go out on a date. Date with me. Just be my girlfriend. We'll be monogamous. Okay, we'll do all those things together. Okay, just be with me. Okay, that kind of thing. All right, and so we see the montage of all that crap, whatever. Anyway, so they're kissing each other the next morning, whatever. He says, "Hey, let's go do something tonight." Lily tells him, "No, I can't. My mom's in town, and we're gonna go to some restaurant called Root. She really wants to go there." Okay, blah blah. He's like, "Well, you didn't tell me your mom was coming over, And she's like, "Oh, well, I didn't think you'd really care, and just my mom, I'm embarrassed by her. You already know I hate my dad. Well, guess what? I'm like embarrassed by my mom too. I have no respect for her either." Okay? Now, the reason she has no respect for her mother is because her mother got her ass kicked by her husband, Lily's dad, her entire childhood. And she stayed with him the entire time. There was no feminism there. She didn't fucking leave her husband, even though he liked to beat the shit out of her. And take her daughter with her. No, she didn't. She stayed in the marriage. So of course that goes against obviously the message here, the feminist message. Okay, that if a husband hits you, you need to leave, which is true. But because her mom didn't do that, okay, she looks down on her mom like, oh my god, you're so pathetic. You actually let dad beat you up and you never did anything about it. I have no respect for any woman like you. That's basically how she feels about her mom. Okay, yeah, she loves her mom, but she doesn't respect her. Okay, whereas she fucking hates her dad. I mean, her dad's an asshole. Yes, he beat up his mom, whatever. Didn't beat her up, though. Provided her with a nice home, okay, with food in the pantry. She had clothes, she had a room, she had toys, she had everything, okay? So you can't honestly tell me that he was a complete piece of shit. He might have been mostly a piece of shit, okay? But that's not the real reason she hates her dad, okay? And it's not because of that, because he beat her mom, okay? It's for something else, but we'll get to that later. All right? So anyway, so that's going on. The name of the restaurant is called Root. Get it? Okay? Because she's into flowers and plants and all that, and the name of the restaurant is called Root. Just like her name is Lily Bloom. Lily Blossom Bloom. That's her name in the movie. I'm not making that up. That is her name, Lily Blossom Bloom, who owns a flower shop. And she knows all about flowers. And the name of her flower shop is called Lily Blooms. Because she's blooming. And she's from Plethora, Maine. Get it? A plethora. There's so much there that she has to carry. Get it? All right. And now they're going to go to a restaurant called Root. Okay? Like plants have... Okay, you get it. All right? Yeah, the metaphors fucking hit you right across the fucking face, don't they? All right? Anyway, so Ryle is offended that she didn't tell him that her mom was in town because he shares everything with her, and yet she kept her mom visiting a secret from him. So that offends him, okay? So what does he do? He invites himself. Oh, let me come. Let me join you. She's like, you want to have dinner with me and my mom? He's like, I want to meet the mother of the woman that I love. That I love. And that goes on for like 5 minutes, all right? Okay, and then he leaves for work. So he drops the love bomb here, okay? Yes, okay. Despite the fact that the fact that your girlfriend kept this a secret from you means that she's comfortable keeping secrets from you. This is not the time you tell her you're in love with her, okay? This is the time you think, what else is she keeping from me? You see what I mean? You see how this makes a normal man would have figured that out. Okay? A normal man would have figured that out. If nothing else, he would have figured out that, okay, wait a minute, I'm crazy about this girl. I'm like on drugs here, full of euphoria over this woman. But yet she doesn't feel the same way about me because I would never keep a secret. I don't keep any secrets from her. I tell her everything. But she didn't tell me this. Why? Why doesn't she feel the same way that I do? I'm bursting with joy here and happiness and love, and She's keeping things back from me. I don't understand that. That's what a normal person would think, at least. At least. Okay? But of course, he's not going to go there because he's so stupid, he's got to go back to his neurosurgeon job. Anyways, that's going on. He's walking out the door. She chases after him and gives him a book. A book. Very important. She gives him a book. Okay, remember this. Do not forget. This is a very important scene here. She gives him a little hardback book. Okay? Now we're going somewhere with this. All right? She runs over, gives him this book. And then you know what he does? With the book that she just gave him, he looks at it. Now, we don't see what the title of the book is, but believe me, it's important. He looks at the book, then looks at her and goes like, this isn't mine. And she says, I know. I happen to love you too. Like that. Okay? When that happens, he throws the book to the ground. And then you know what happens? Nothing. We never find out what that book was. It's never brought up again for the rest of the fucking movie. I'm not making that up. He runs towards her. He throws off this bag and he, even though she's only like 5 feet away from him, he runs after her like they just survived the Titanic together and they got separated, you know? He runs towards her, you know, and he grabs her and he kisses her. The same fucking shit he just did 30 seconds ago, all right? You know, and then he leaves and she tells him, come on, you're gonna be late for work, come on, son, you're gonna be late for work, you know? And he's just trying to feel her up and everything, you know? Okay, the book, by the way, he does get up and leave, but remember that book he threw on the floor? Okay, he leaves it there. Yeah, he doesn't even pick it up. He leaves it on the fucking floor. And it's never seen again. It's never mentioned ever again in the movie. We don't even know what the fuck the book was in that book. What was the book? We don't fucking know. And we never find out. It's still there right now. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Justin Baldoni directed this. Okay. Okay, so that happens here. Leaves the book on the floor. We never find out what was in the book. Okay. Anyway, she gets dressed and she puts on a large jacket. Of course, all her clothes are large. Okay, and she stares at her clavicle heart tattoo that she has right here. Okay, she stares at this little heart shape right there on her clavicle. Okay, and of course she starts having a flashback where she's remembering something. Okay. She remembers herself when she was young, played by Isabelle Ferrer, plays a young Lily here. She looks nothing like fucking Blake Lively. Okay, and then you got Atlas there. Don't ask me what his fucking real name is. I could look it up, but I don't give a shit. There's a young Atlas there too, okay? Anyway, that's the boy, the homeless boy, okay, that she's been screwing around with, all right? He lives in the abandoned building across the street from her house. Okay, anyway. So anyway, they're riding, okay, on the school bus together, okay, and he carved her something out of wood. He carved her a little heart out of wood. And we saw that heart already earlier. At the beginning of the movie, she went back home to her hometown in Maine, and she visited her old room, and everything in her room was still exactly the way it was when she left 20 years ago. Okay, her mom and dad did not turn her room into an office or none of this shit like that, like my parents did. Okay, it's all there exactly the way it was when she left it. Okay, and she found in her little jewel music box there, she found that wooden shaped heart. Okay, now at that time, this is the beginning of the movie, we did not know the significance of that heart, but now we do. Okay, Atlas gave it to her. He made it for her. So they're sitting together on a bus. He gives her this wooden heart. Okay, from the tree. He says, "I made it from the sturdy oak tree you told me about." Okay, because why did he give her that? Because she's strong and sturdy. Get it? He's weak. Men are weak. The men in this movie are weak. It's the women that are strong. Okay, women strong, men weak. Everybody knows this, okay? It's true in society. It's true out there right now. Everybody knows this. Everybody understands this, especially Hollywood, okay? Every fucking single thing that you have seen in human civilization, everything from mathematics to fucking the cell phones to the internet to submarines to skyscrapers to ships to the internet, everything was created by women. Everybody understands this. What happens when your car breaks down? Who do you go to? You go to a woman because she can fix it. They're biologically designed to do that. What happens when your AC goes out? Who do you call? You call a woman. Because they're born with the knowledge to fix all that shit. Because they're boss bitches, always have been. Okay? And Hollywood understands this too. That's why Lily is a fucking oak tree. And fucking, and Atlas is a flower. But the difference between an oak tree and a flower is a flower, you gotta water it, you gotta put it in the sunlight. And if you take care of the flower, it will reward you with vegetables and with more flowers and with fruit and things like that. Whereas an oak tree, Lily, does not need water and sunlight. You know why? Because she's a fucking oak tree. That's why. She's strong and sturdy. That's why he made the heart for her. In case you didn't get it, Lily is strong and sturdy, and Atlas, by extension, all men, all boys, all men, all straight white guys, they're all weak. And they need a woman to take care of them, to wipe their ass. You see what I mean? They need a man to pay for the DoorDash. Otherwise, they're going to starve. You see what I mean? That's the message here. Okay? Everyone knows it's true. I'm glad a movie finally decided to make it, you know? Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, and they're a couple now, obviously. They're sitting together and stuff. Okay, but some girl back there in the back of the bus named Katie, who's a bitch or whatever, starts making fun of them. Okay, I guess Katie knew that Atlas was homeless or something. So she says a remark like, "Oh my God," she sees him together. "Oh my gosh, she must smell like a sewer now," or some shit like that, some immature. Okay, and so what happens? Okay, Lily decides to stand up, and she makes Atlas stand up too. Okay, it's like you get the fuck up, you piece of shit. Is basically what she does. In the middle of a bus while the bus is moving, no seatbelts. Okay, she makes Atlas stand up. Okay, and they kiss each other in front of the girls. And while they're kissing each other, Lily uses her finger to give the FU to Katie, who's sitting back there. Okay, she flicks her off. Okay. Okay. Anyway, they end up going back to her house. Okay, and he likes to cook. Okay, we find out that he loves it. He's a whiz in the kitchen. Okay, and he's making cookies. Yes, because that's what all straight white guys love to do is make fucking cookies. That's all I did after I got home from football practice. What do you think I did? You think I went for the Gatorade? You think I made myself a fucking turkey and ham salami sandwich? Fuck no. The first thing I did is I brought out the fucking Betty Crocker and the milk and the measuring spoon. Okay, and I started cooling up some dough and some chocolate chips, and I went to fucking town. Every guy does that. Of course. Anyway, so I'm glad Atlas is the same way. Okay, so he likes to cook. Okay, he makes the fucking cookies, which I'm sure are fucking delicious, by the way. I'm sure he uses real, all-natural, organic ingredients, too, like I did. Okay, and, he's making hot, dark chocolate with burnt marshmallows. Yeah, it's a special recipe. This isn't fucking the kind that you get at the fucking store, man. This is fucking, there's love in these fucking cookies, man. Just right. Anyway, Atlas asks Lily a question. He says, "Hey, when you kissed me on the bus, was it because you wanted to? Or was it because you wanted to get back at Katie? I need some clarity here, Lily. Because I'm emotionally confused. And I need to unfuck it. So tell me something." And Lily's like, "Oh, relax. It's okay. You don't have to watch gay porn today. You know why? Because I wanted to kiss you." And so he's like, so they kiss some more. Of course they do. They kiss some more. Then all of a sudden her dad shows up, okay? She hears him pull up in the driveway, okay? So now he's got to get the fuck out of there, okay? Her wife-beating dad shows up, right? He just got home, okay, so he needs to leave. So Atlas has to get the fuck out of there, okay? So he sneaks out of there real quick before dad walks into the kitchen, okay? And she tells her dad, he's washing his hands in the sink. She tells her dad, "Oh, I'm making cookies for you, Dad. I'm making cookies for you." That kind of thing, And he's actually nice to his daughter. He calls her like a cupcake or something, or whatever. He's nice to her. He beats the shit out of his wife, but he treats his daughter with respect, Anyway, so I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm just saying he's not all bad. It's not all bad, all right? Anyway, in the present, now we're back to the present, 2024. Okay, Lily and Ryle, okay, they meet her mom. They go to the restaurant called Root, which is a nice looking place, probably worth millions of dollars. Okay, it's kind of a homely place, but it's like an antique type looking restaurant. It looks really nice. I would eat there based on what it looks like, okay? Okay, and Lily's mom, her name is Jenny Bloom, get it? Okay, okay, it's a very nice homely restaurant, okay? Think like a 4-star Cracker Barrel, okay? I don't think I can think of right now. All right, anyway. So they're there, okay, Lily's there, okay, she's like, hi mom, this is my friend Ryle, who I am sleeping with. I'm not making that up. I didn't make that up. That's exactly how Lily presents her boyfriend to her mom. Hi mom, this is Ryle, the man I am currently sleeping with. Okay? Like, what the fuck, okay? Talk about no respect. We know she hates her dad, but she has no respect for her mom either. Man, this is bullshit. Oh my God. How am I supposed to like Lily? Why am I supposed to empathize with her? Why am I supposed to care about her when she's a fucking bitch? You see what I mean? Now, I know you women think she's a boss bitch. No! She's a disgusting piece of fucking shit. Anyway, he tries to be charming to Jenny, okay? Of course, Ryle's trying to win over the mom. No, fuck winning over the mom. Win over the fucking daughter, dude. Because you're not winning over Lily. You're a fucking pussy, dude. Grow a fucking cock or get the fuck out of there. Let a real cock take that ass. Anyway, so he tries to be charming to Jenny, okay? He leaves to go wash his hands for some reason. And then mom is really impressed with him. She's impressed with what he looks. Oh my God, he's a beautiful man. And he's a neurosurgeon. Oh my God, I'm going to come myself. Ah. You know, that kind of a thing. Why are you going to come? Your husband was the fucking mayor of Plethora, Maine. Like, why is this a shock for you? What'd you think she was going to end up with? A fucking janitor? Anyway, a guy that works at Subway? Anyway, so mom's impressed with him, okay? And Lily, of course, is embarrassed by her mom. She has no respect for her mom. Okay, and then all of a sudden the waiter approaches. So now we think it's the waiter. Okay, we find out later on it's not. But the waiter approaches, okay? And why is he a waiter? Because he's wearing a black t-shirt. He's wearing an apron, black pants. That's what all the waiters are wearing. So he walks up to them and he asks them what they would like to drink. Okay, now I waited tables for a long time, so I know. Okay, he asked them what they'd like to drink. Okay, now this character here, this is Atlas. This is adult Atlas. We're finally being introduced to the adult Atlas in the movie. Okay, we've seen young Atlas already. Adult Atlas is played by a guy named Brandon Sklenner. Sklenner, I think that's how you say it. Brandon Sklenner. He plays the adult Atlas. Okay, and he's the waiter here in this scene. And Lily, of course, the first thing she notices about him is his hand. He's got the scar on his wrist right here, on the back of his hand. He's got the scar there, which is the one that Atlas had when they were kids. So, of course, her eyes gradually go up his arm, to his shoulder, to his neck, and to his face. And immediately she recognized him. This is Atlas. He's working as a fucking waiter in a nice restaurant. Okay? Now, Sex and the City, I've reviewed every episode of Sex and the City. They did an episode kind of like this, okay, which is really fucking pathetic. And I think it was in the first season or second season, but Carrie, okay, in there, Carrie, they were talking about pregnancy or for whatever reason, and Carrie admitted that she'd had an abortion once. Okay, apparently one night she got fucked up at a TGI Fridays and she ended up going home with the waiter. Okay, this is like back like in the 80s, okay? Because Sex and the City was in the late 90s when it first started, all right? And so sometime back in the 80s, she got drunk with the waiter at TGI Fridays and they ended up having sex. She ended up getting pregnant. She did not tell the guy. She did not look for the guy, nothing like that. She just went and had an abortion. Okay, and she never really thought about it again, but for whatever reason, this episode they talked about it. They were talking about abortion, so I don't remember what it was. Watch the episode, look it up yourself. I already reviewed the episode, okay? That's the only reason I remember it, all right? But anyway, so what does she do? Now it's like 1998, okay? It's a good 10 years since this whole happened to her. What does she do? She goes back to the TGI Fridays, okay? She goes back to the TGI Fridays to look for this guy. And guess what? He's still there. And he's still waiting tables. And this just solidifies for her why it was a good decision she made when she aborted his kid. Okay? That's what I got. That's the first thing I thought about when I saw this scene. Okay, what the fuck is this guy doing as a waiter in this restaurant? Oh my God. But in a way, it was kind of like, okay, what's believable? It's believable. Why not? Why does every single guy that you fell in love with when you were fucking 15 and he was 18, why does every single guy like that in these movies have to be a fucking CEO of a corporation when they're like 32? Or they have to be fucking own a fucking a hardware store, okay? Or they have to be a fucking a tech, a Bitcoin whiz or some shit like that. Why does that always end up that way in these movies? Why can't he just have a fucking low paying fucking job? Like, what the fuck? If you looked around, look at the jobs that most people do, the ones you don't think about. In these rom-coms, they're always fucking reporters. They're always newscasters. Okay, they're always high-priced attorneys. They're always doctors, scientists, fucking archaeologists and shit, astronauts. They're never a fucking waiter. See what I mean? Even though that's more realistic. But you ain't gonna see that in one of these chick flicks. So don't fucking tell me that women aren't fucking superficial. Okay? So anyways, he's a waiter. That's what we think. We find out later on he's not. Because like what I just said would never fly. Oh, hell no. He can't just be a waiter. Okay? So Lily recognizes the scar on his hand. Okay, it's Atlas, okay? And they both recognize each other. He all of a sudden looks at her and he's like he remembers her too, right? Like I said, so that's going on here, okay? And right at this moment, Ryle, her boyfriend, comes back from the bathroom and sits down. All right, I'm gonna stop my review right here, but I'll be back to continue my review of this piece of crap movie. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.